Assignment 7, number 6. It says draw the graphs with the equations given below using a new set of axes for each graph. So you have to draw 3 graphs, 3 different graphs here for number 6. And this is our example. Draw the graphs with equations given below using a new set of axes for each graph. But here we're going to do just 1, and the domain is -4 to 4, and this is the equation. Y is equal to 2 minus 3x. So before the graph has to be drawn, a table of ordered pairs must be created, and that will constitute the coordinates for the points that have to be plotted. So here comes x and y in this column. Then we have -4, -3, -2, -1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So x coming there and y coming there. Okay. So here we're going to put -4. Okay, so I can copy and paste this -4. That's the domain. The domain are the x values. And then -3 till we go up to 4. And then 4. So our domain is from -4 to 4. Now, to get the y coordinates now, that will be the range, we substitute each x value into the equation. Okay, so I'm just going to demonstrate how to do that here. So we're going to substitute starting with number 4, -4, sorry, we're going to put -4 here. And we are going to evaluate. We can use Excel to help us. So the first y would be equal to 2 subtract 3 times -4. All right, here it is. 2 subtract 3 times -4, and we get 14. We get 14 for our first y value. Okay, so we put 14 right here. Now we're going to substitute -3. Okay, so -4 give us 14, -3. Let's see what -3 will give us. So it's 2 minus 3 times -3. Enter. So -3 give us 11. And this ties in nicely with the gradient. The gradient is -3. So each time we increase x by 1, the y value will decrease by 3. So as you can see, 14 went down to 11. Take out 3 from 14. So now we're going to take out 3, yes. Take out 3 from 11. That should give us 8, but let's prove it. So we're going to substitute -2. And let's see what we get. We're supposed to get 8. And here it is 8. So that also ties in nicely with the definition of the gradient. Each time the x value increases by 1, the y value varies according to the gradient, and the gradient here is -3. So that means that each time the x increases by 1, the y value decreases by 3. So now from -2 to -1, that's a 1, so it have to decrease to 5. But let us prove it. Let's substitute -1 into the expression. And let's see what we get. -1, supposed to get 5. And here we get 5. From -1 to 0, that's 1. And 5 subtract 3 is 2. Let's see if we get 2, which is the y-intercept. Here it is y-intercept, which is 2. So we're going to put 0. And we get 2 as the y-intercept, which ties in nicely with the equation itself. The constant that by itself is the y-intercept. Now we're going to put 1. So 2 going to decrease. We're going to get -1, I suppose. Let's prove it. We're going to substitute 1. And we get -1. We're going to take out, let me just put -1. We'll grab a -1 then. Let me just put it, copy and paste. Right. So now we increase x by 2. So we're going to decrease y by 3. So -1 decreased by 3 will give us -4. Let's just prove it when we substitute 2. We'll substitute 2 now. Substitute 2. We get -4. And then we're going to substitute 3. X is increasing by 1, while y is decreasing by 3. So that will bring us to -7. When we put 3, we should get -7. And finally, we are going to put 4. If we put 4, x increased by 1, so y is supposed to decrease by 3. A -7 subtract 3 should give us a -10. So if we put 4, it's supposed to get -10. So that actually coincides with the definition of the gradient. When the x increases by 1, the y changes according to the gradient, and the gradient there is -3. So each time we increase x by 1, the y value is decreasing by 3. So let's go to plot this point now on our x and y axis. So here our x-axis and our y-axis with the label is labeled already. So the first point is -4, 14. So we look for -4 on the x-axis. Here's -4. And then we go up to 14. So we plot our first point, -4 to 14. Okay. The next point is -3, 11. So we look for -3 on the x, and we look for 11 on the y. -11 is between 10 and 12. So here we are. -3, 11. Okay. The next point is -2, 8. There it is, -2 on the x and 8 on the y. So we look for -2. Well, this one is -3, 11. You have to try to put it right in the middle so that we'll get a straight line. So we can use those white dots to guide us. Right, have to be right. Good. So as we said, the next point is -2 on the x and 8 on the y. So here are our points, and we look for -2 on the x and then 8 on the y. There it is. Okay. The next point is -1 on the x and 5 on the y. -1 on the x and 5 on the y. 5 is between 4 and 6. All right, that's number 5. We are plotting the points now. 0 on the x and 2 on the y. So that's the y-intercept. That's where the line will touch the y-axis. Okay. So here's the y-axis right there. The vertical line is the y-axis. Vertical axis is the y, and then 2. X is 0 on the y-axis. Always remember that. The next point is 1 on the x and -1 on the y. 1 on the x and -2 on the y. Okay. Then 2 on the x and -4 on the y. 2 on the x and -4 on the y. right there. Then we have 3 on the X and -7 on the Y. 3 on the X and -7 on the Y. -7 is between -6 and -8. And our final point is 4 on the X and -10 on the Y. 4 on the X and -10 on the Y. That's our final point plotted. So now what we need to do now is to join these points with a straight line. Here we have a line here already, so we can just copy and paste. Okay, it does not allow us to. So basically what we need to do is to go to insert, go to shapes, take a line, double click and hold, and just join the dots with it, extend it. Okay, and right click on it so that we can actually make it a little bit more visible. Format it. Format shape. And change the color, a bit more visible, and thickness. And there you have it. As you can see, it must come a little, this point must adjust a little bit. Right, so as you can see, we created the table of values, and then we plotted the points, and we joined the points with a straight line. So we do the same for number 6.